All right, guys, welcome to the Outer Nexus. Does anybody remember that movie from 1987? It had Dennis Quaid, Martin Short, and Meg Ryan in it. They get into a spaceship and they shrink down, and then they go into some dude's butthole. Well, that's what we're going to do with the Nintendo Switch today. It's called Inner Space, by the way.
Yeah, the movie's called Inner Space.
Yeah. Let's check this shit out.
Is actually inside the game itself. This is Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. I'm standing over here. Okay, everyone, join me inside the game. There are a lot of question mark icons here. Let's examine them. This sign reads, "Where are the magnets?" The Joy-Con 2 controllers attach to the system with magnets. And those magnets are inside the system.
This is a game. You have to buy. What is this?
The
Bill?
SL
This is
and
an
SR
actual card.
buttons
You,
on the
you
Joy-Con
buy
2
this
are made of
game,
metal.
you put it into the Switch 2,
So that's
and
how
then
they
you
attach to
become
the
this
system.
little dude that shows you.
A magnetic circuit is formed
Yeah,
between
that
them,
you can
so
walk
they won't
around
easily detach.
and it tells you how the Switch works. The Switch 2 works.
Yeah,
Through
And you have to
examining
buy
signs
this.
like
You have to
these,
buy this.
you can
This is-
discover
you can't
all
see-
sorts
well-
of secrets about Nintendo Switch 2. Another example, the Joy-Con 2 controllers have mouse controls. And when combined with the gyroscopes, you can even do something like this. You can adjust the position of the golf club and aim for the cup by rotating the Joy-Con 2. By combining the mouse controls and gyroscopes, things like this are possible. There are secrets to
So there's, like,
discover,
mini
even
games
as you're playing mini-games and tech demos.
inside the Switch.
Some of the secrets range
Well,
from the
the-
unique features
the
of the
It's
system
its own game
to
thing.
tiny
Yes,
details
it's
you
its
might
own
not
type of
notice
game.
until they're
Is
pointed
there a
out.
menu that we
There
can
are
see
plenty.
these specs?
There probably is a
Nintendo
menu
Switch
that
2
you could
Welcome
pick,
Tour
but
will
if
launch
you want,
as a paid digital game on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. So please check it out if you're
Okay.
interested.
if you want the rundown, there it is.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to share some more information regarding Nintendo.
So yeah, there's a lot about the Nintendo Switch. I watched this whole thing. It is about an hour long.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's rare for you. That's
it's-
very rare. You rarely sit for an hour to watch a whole thing. So this is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
What knowledge have you gleaned for us?
So, I mean, there's some positive. There's a lot of negative, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I own a Switch.
Yeah.
I love
Same.
Nintendo things. I've bought Game Boys. I have
Yeah.
every type of DS there is.
yeah.
Um,
And I just want to interject. When I was told that the Switch was coming out, like, I'm a hardware guy. I built thousands of PCs. I love hardware. I love graphics rendering. When I was told about the specs of the Switch, I was like, either that's bullshit or that's a total game changer. And it was. It was a total game changer. And I'm not a Nintendo fanboy, but I really love the technology of the Switch. So I'm excited to see what the Switch 2 has.
so one of the things they showed there that you kind of saw in that they gave away, I'll say,
Yeah.
is the Joy-Cons are now magnetic. So instead of having to slot them in from the top and they kind of grasp in mechanically,
Mhm.
now it's just magnetic. You can just
Snap
push it
them
into
on.
the side and it'll snap in.
Yeah.
There is also a button that does the release, so you still actually do have to hit a button
Yeah.
to release
And
it.
it looks like they could use it as a mouse almost.
And that was the other cool thing. And the thing I really liked is it actually has mouse functioning
Yeah.
where you can just move it around
Yeah.
and it will act like a mouse for games.
Yeah.
And it does understand side to side and gyroscopic, has
Wow.
gyroscopic. So it's
a
pretty
mouse.
cool. It's
Yeah.
a mouse.
Yeah.
So I will be interested to see how they're going to use that. They do say that they're going to use that functionality in
Yeah.
games when they can.
Why not?
Why not?
I mean, if it has that, you could just start putting PC games on it, really.
In a way, yes, you could. And so that was one of the good things. I'll start with other good things, I guess.
Yeah.
The screen is twice as big as it was before,
Yeah.
which doesn't mean it's twice as big. It just means it's technically it went from like 7 to 9,
Yeah.
which when you measure that, it's twice as big.
Yeah.
So it is a larger screen. The LED is it's a nicer screen. So higher definition.
Yeah.
So there is a lot to say good about it that way.
Yeah.
However, this is where it starts going down for me.
Uh-oh.
Really, the only thing I saw them talk about beyond that is things that it's like that's just standard everywhere else, though.
Yeah.
Is they have they're like, hey guys, look at our new controller, and it's the ones that are on the side of the Switch.
Yeah.
Joy-Con.
Yeah.
It has a new button on it.
Oh.
A new singular one button
Okay.
on one of them. And it's the C button.
Yeah.
And you hit the C button, it's chat.
Oh.
So they have a chat function in
Like voice chat?
voice chat.
Okay.
And it has a microphone. It
Yeah.
can pick you up cross room.
Okay.
And it has noise cancellation, so it'll pick up you and not things around you.
Yeah.
According to them.
Yeah.
And it's like that's just kind of, I mean, like if you think about the Xbox, like Xbox has had that forever. Like,
yeah.
Obviously PC gaming has had it. PlayStation's had the headsets.
So, you're not necessarily wrong, but this is a monumental leap for Nintendo. You need to understand. This is a showcase level leap for Nintendo.
Well, here's the other part. That if you think that's a leap,
no, there's reasons, but yeah.
The next part is the camera.
Yeah.
It's a separate thing you have to buy.
Yeah.
But it is a full stand camera, like it.
Okay.
And with like an eyeball up top.
Okay, that's cool.
And when it looks at you, it's a smart camera.
Yeah.
It'll cut you out and
Yes.
place you in the game.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Actually, I like that.
It is cool. But it's like, again, it just seems like a feature, like, to me, that's not enhancing the game. Like, you're just enhancing things around. And I'll get into why I think that a little bit as well. Because it's like, again, I'll go into some of the negatives now.
Yeah.
Where they showed off the games.
Yeah.
Now, there were 2 or 3 games that were impressive to me.
Yeah.
The first one, and the one they led with, obviously, because that's what came with the last Switch. It was the one that was bundled. First game I got to was Mario Kart. They have a brand new Mario Kart that's coming with the system.
Okay.
Yep. And
Mario Kart. You know my opinion about Mario Kart.
Well, this one is open world Mario Kart.
Oh, I'm down. That sounds fucking awesome.
You can drive basically anywhere.
That's cool.
And not only that, like when you're doing like playing the Grand Prix or whatever.
Yeah.
When you're going, like, it's like, oh, I just won this race.
Yeah.
Great. You have to drive to the next one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like that though.
Oh no, I do. I think it's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
No, that's how. So that is really cool. I love that because I'm a huge racing game fan as well. I was one of the people that played The Crew and complained about it when they shut it down, and I kept playing The Crew 2 anyway, which is the same kind of thing. Forza Horizon, I think, is the same kind of deal. There's a lot of big racing games that do this now where they're just these big open world racing games, and I fucking love it. It's basically like Grand Theft Auto, but just the racing parts.
Yeah, and it has that a whole bunch of cool little things they added into Mario Kart.
Yeah,
you can drive on the walls now.
That's cool.
Like, if there's like a power line, if you can get it just right, you can drive across the power. Like,
oh, that's cool.
There's a whole bunch of like there's one time where they drive into a back of a pickup, not a pickup truck, like an 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
It comes back onto the road, runs everybody over.
Oh man.
It
kind of reminds, I wonder if it'll feel kind of like Simpsons Hit and Run a little bit. Just like wonky racing platformer thing.
It's got
open
a lot
world.
Oh, and it's big. It's like I forget what they said. It's like 20 some people.
That's awesome.
It's the biggest one they've had yet.
That's super cool.
Yeah. So that is a positive.
Yeah.
The other game, go ahead.
I did want to interject, and I think this is a good time to, is that, and I want to address your other points with the hardware specifically before we get into perhaps the negative games. Yeah. It seems like all of this, from what you told me, from what I'm getting from it, I'm already excited because it feels like Nintendo realizes where the digital worlds are going, in that you are going to need like verification that you're playing with a human. And not just that, but it seems like this mode of interacting with the internet, actually being able to see people, that's going to become just more prominent. So them just supplying a camera and a mic. My thing with the mic, and I know it just doesn't sound that impressive, and the reason why it's like a monumental leap for Nintendo is because they basically cater to children, and not it's the broad audience, but they want kids to play their games. So they lock down their online stuff super hardcore.
They do.
Super hardcore. So it sounds like this is now Xbox started out as like, this is the gaming console with PC features. PlayStation eventually got those features. They did have very similar features, but now it seems like Nintendo is kind of opening the door where it's not just a console. We can do PC stuff now. We can all connect. We can go online, and it just from that alone, it does sound like a really good evolution for Nintendo, preparing for the fact that the digital worlds are expanding and people want to see each other in them.
So,
and just like with the getting your face onto your character, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that might actually be a form of verification also in the future.
It could be. But one of the things I would come out and say is they've had like weird little chat functions before.
Yeah.
And they've always cracked down on them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
they've always come back and like, nope, this was a mistake.
Can't do this. No.
Yeah. So I do think that it's like a light version, because they're going to be like, oh, you want to use your cool camera?
Yeah.
Get 4 friends that you know locally.
Yes.
And then use it.
Yes.
Because it's not being used anywhere else. Like that's going to be my opinion on how they're going to end up using.
Well, no, I totally disagree with that, because the next, I'm sure you saw it, Dust Bloods. Did you see that?
Yes. I saw
So that is going to be a full blown, like, it's from Software, Elden Ring, the other one, Dark Souls, I guess. It's going to be an open world PvP, PvE game, and on an MMO, an actual MMO on the Switch.
Yeah.
Like that's what they're going for. So, and like an adult themed MMO on the Switch, which is like, whoa, this is a different Nintendo now. You know what I mean? Nintendo doesn't like scary games not a whole lot.
No, yeah. But yeah, I will say I saw Dust Blood. I wasn't super.
It's probably not that impressive.
Yeah, it's just not for me. That's all. It wasn't that it wasn't impressive.
Oh, okay.
Not for me.
Yeah.
I saw the Donkey Kong game.
I didn't know. Okay, what's that?
So basically, it looks like they're like living in a big underground world.
Okay.
And basically, Donkey Kong is the main character, obviously, and he has the ability to like break everything.
Yeah.
So like, there's digging, there's climbing. Like he can like just grab pieces of the ground. He can just dig through the ground, come up through things.
Yeah.
It's really it's cool.
That is cool.
It's like a demolition dream.
Cool.
Like in a game.
Can he like knock down buildings and shit?
Like he can. I'm not sure how far they go with that, but
yeah.
I don't see why not, based on just how much destruction was going on.
Yeah, it's interesting the way that they're taking their mainline games. I know Breath of the Wild 2 was basically like one giant tech demo with the kind of crazy shit that you could like build vehicles with the physics and mechanics and all sorts of shit.
See, what they're doing with that is they're adding now what's called the Switch 2 versions of things.
Okay.
So like Breath of the Wild is getting a Switch 2 version.
Oh.
Where it gives it enhanced graphics, and then occasionally, depending on the game, gives it enhanced capabilities.
Okay.
And one of the ones that was with that one is you could take those cars and you could give them to your friends.
Oh, that's cool.
So you guys can build cars and be like, look at my car. Okay, you can
in Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can switch like cars around and be like, here, because you build them out of like the pieces that you find.
Yeah.
They're not.
When did Zelda become a car game?
Well, it's not really a car game, but yeah, you could give your do the vehicle swapping, because you could give him the blueprint that you use to make yours. And so on. But that kind of ends the gaming thing for me. Granted, I am super looking forward to the Pokemon ZA.
I want to know about Pokemon Z. I haven't looked into it at all. Let's pull it up. Let's look up stuff about it. Pokemon ZA. What is
Legends
ZA?
ZA.
Legends ZA. Let's pull this up. What do we got? Oh, is this it?
That's basically it. The trailer. There's a trailer below it too that you could use.
All right, we'll do this one because this one just this is newer-ish. All right, let's check this out. What is a mount?
Well, like you kind of could, I think, in the
You can,
one.
there's
Yeah.
mini games for them. Yeah.
Welcome to Pokemon Legends ZA, a new title in the Pokemon series. You'll begin your
Oh, I
adventure
like those
by
starters.
choosing one of
Yes.
3 partner
Those
Pokemon.
starters. That's going to be tough for me because I like those are my
The
2
setting
favorite
is
starters
this
right there.
metropolis.
Okay.
That also
Totodile
appeared
and
in the Pokemon X
the
and
pig.
I
Pokemon
love
Y
Chicory
games.
now.
Lumio
Chicory,
City.
yeah, there you go. Chicory
To
turns
make
out
it
pretty good,
easier
too.
for people and Pokemon to coexist, a company named
That's
Quasartico
cool.
Inc. is
Yeah.
carrying out an urban redevelopment plan.
It
Here,
looks
we'll get a
fantastic.
glimpse
It looks
into the
Like
lives
it
of the
really looks
Pokemon
phenomenal.
and people
I
of
am
Lumio City.
probably am going to get a Switch 2 and get this game.
You can get this if you have a Switch as well.
Oh, okay.
Scattered all over town are wild zones. These areas are special environments where wild Pokemon can live comfortably, even within the city.
That's awesome.
You can catch Pokemon
It
here.
looks it actually looks a lot closer to
might be
the
hostile.
the
If you
style
sense
of the
trouble,
normal
Get to
animes.
safety.
Like,
Well, the ones that they have.
There are
the ones
Pokemon
they
that
have
live
now, I guess.
outside
like, it
wild
actually
zones too.
looks really good.
Yeah.
Like you're playing an anime.
Some of them
like
can
the other
even be
Pokemon
found
games,
On
they're
rooftops.
like the cities are not this big. The buildings are not this
People
big.
and
No,
Pokemon
you know?
live
No, they made
easygoing
this bigger.
lives
This
in
is much
Lumio
bigger.
City.
This is like a city. This is like
But
yeah.
Yep.
We haven't
when
seen this in
night
a Pokemon
falls,
No. And then when
the
night
city's
falls,
aura
it's
transforms.
game. It's battle
Highly
time.
skilled trainers are
PvP
invited to
time.
participate in a tournament. The ZA Royale.
Okay, so is it set?
Trainers
In,
away in battle zones.
what was it? Black and white.
battle time. Oh, which one is this?
The one that's based on France.
Yeah, this
If you're
is the one
spotted,
based on
they'll
France.
challenge you to battle.
That they were good. The ones based on France.
Yeah, this is the same city.
Yeah,
Strike first.
One of the things
before
I
being
like is
seen,
this
and
right
you'll
here.
land a
Yeah.
surprise attack.
that is cool. Holy shit!
During
can surprise
battles,
attack.
using a super
Oh
effective
man,
move
I
at the
like
right
this.
moment
I
is
like
key.
that. Yeah, I really like this battle system already. This is definitely
And
this was
with
needed.
Mega Evolution, some Pokemon can power up even more.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You'll start at rank Z and work your way up to rank A. Trainers who reach the top are said to have a wish granted. Day and night are 2 sides to Lumio City. It seems there are even more secrets waiting to be uncovered.
So
What
is it
will
only
you
the city
find
though,
on
or is
your
it
adventure?
more than the city?
I would imagine. it's
Pokemon
gotta be more
Legends
than-
ZA.
Yeah.
But they
launches on
focus on it because it's the
no
main
doubt.
city.
Yeah, and that makes total sense. I'm gonna guess that maybe that half the game is the city and half the game is open area. Maybe. Or
I
maybe
would probably
less.
guess it's more open.
Okay, more
Yeah.
open. Okay.
But they want to really highlight the city because it has a lot of new features that you didn't find in other games.
Yeah, I mean it looks really cool. I'm
Yeah.
definitely excited for it immediately.
Yeah, so like I am looking forward to this. They didn't give a date except available late 2025.
Yeah.
So we're probably looking at Thanksgiving, Christmas type release.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because I'd like to play it now.
Now- yeah, exactly.
Um,
Do you think this might be their segue into an MMO like Pokemon game? Because they have the
Listen.
total capability now.
that is a mint. They could literally just
Oh,
print
man.
money
If they just
if
did
they
it.
just did it.
If they just made a Pokemon MMO.
Yeah. But no, I don't think they are. I think there's too many legal entities that are involved with Pokemon that they have a hard time doing it.
What about like a Warframe style MMO where you get to play with a party of 5 or 6 or whatever? And no still nothing.
No, I doubt they'll ever do it.
God.
I want them to do. I want them to do one just large world type deal.
Yeah, just
Like,
let people play together.
Let people. Well, not just let people play together, but like, I get tired of it's like you start out the game and it's like, oh, these are the Pokemon available to you because of where you physically started.
Yeah.
And it's like, but sometimes I want, Pokemon that it's like in the game, I'm not going to see them until I've beaten, the Elite Four or something before I see. And it's like, I would like them to be in my starter party occasionally, I would think that would be pretty cool, but you never get to do that because unless you trade it to yourself and do weird stuff like that.
Exactly.
So I mean, I would like to see them do different things with the game, but this does look good. I will probably be buying it.
Yeah, this looks fantastic.
Now back to the games with the Switch.
Absolutely.
So the Switch, a lot of the games that they said are coming out they're great games.
Yeah.
Except they're old games, which they're known for doing.
Yeah.
So like they're like, hey guys, like Hitman Worlds is coming out.
Yeah.
That game has been around for some time.
Yeah.
They're not that Elden Ring is totally old.
Yeah.
But it's like, again,
are we gonna turn this into Skyrim? Yes.
It's they keep releasing these games that are like, it's not a new game. Like it's you're just releasing it for your console now.
Yeah. And it feels like that's the safe bet, is to just release these old big titles. And I don't think we would see otherwise on something like the Switch. You know what I mean?
And then the other part, and this is what a lot of the talk I see online now today has been, is like, I liked the Mario Kart game. I liked the Donkey Kong game. I don't know how much the Donkey Kong game is going to be, but Mario Kart is $80.
Yeah. That's crazy.
$80.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I have paid $80 for a game. I've paid well more than that for a game. But I have to say, it's Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Like, cut me some slack. Like, you guys, you're nickel and diming over.
I think the goal for that one EA CEO was like, people should be paying $100 per game.
Oh yeah, well, or
that's what he said.
Or the one thing where he said, like, I have a dream that gamers will be paying per bullet or something. Per bullet, like that.
Some crazy shit like that. Man, they gotta love the Chinese market with their pay to win shit. Yeah.
So I mean, that's the thing, is I don't really at this point see myself buying a Switch 2.
Yeah.
I see myself keeping my Switch that I have now, or purchasing one of the, because I have one of the older Switches, maybe purchasing the OLED one.
Oh.
Depending on the price, because I'm hoping there's a big price drop when everybody's going to go buy the Switch 2. I'll be like, I'll buy your old one for cheap. Maybe something like that. But as of right now, the Switch 2, I don't know if I'm going to buy it. I do like some of the features. Some of the games are great, but they don't seem to be, as of yet, specific to the Switch 2.
Yeah.
So, as of right now,
my opinion on it as a hardware guy, I would really like to see the specs of this thing without having to, interspace into it. I just want a sheet. I'm sure it's going to be impressive. I'm sure the specs are going to impress me. I'm going to buy it from that alone, just to see what this thing can do, because I really love, the kind of experimental technology that they fool around with at Nintendo. And I still want them to make a smartphone. Man, if they made a smartphone, that would be the one that I would get, because they do make really good hardware. They were meant to make a smartphone. There's just too many, I guess, legal hurdles to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I was into the N-Gage. I didn't buy one, but I wanted one. I thought about the same thing. I was like, if Nintendo did this, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But again, that never came around.
Never came to be. Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of games, I absolutely do not like this game, but I've never played it, so
Yeah.
I can only say so much about not liking it.
Yeah.
You have your
Oh, okay. Oh, we're doing this.
If-
Okay. Yeah, no, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. So now listen, I have paid my RuneScape subscription for at least the past 20 years. I have an official diagnosis. Okay. It's an old school RuneScape. And I don't play it a whole lot. I just have the subscription because I could play it on my phone. You know, it's an actual MMO that you could play on your phone. It's fat, and I've just been playing it for so long now. It's just whatever. It's like solitaire to me. And it's interesting to see how the game evolves over the years. And you know, with all these survival games coming out, it seems they're coming out with this version of RuneScape called the Dragon Wilds, and it I mean, for RuneScape nerds, it's kind of like peanut butter and chocolate because, well, maybe not the hardcore guys, but it's a RuneScape survival game. Let's check it out. Hang on. See, the thing is, the lore of RuneScape is basically just silly. It's just a bunch of English myths along with a bunch of nonsense. There's not really a cohesive... It'll be interesting to see how they present this game because it doesn't really have cohesive lore behind it. It's not like World of Warcraft where there's like a story.
Yeah.
You're just like there. You know what I mean? But that does work for survival games, you know? That definitely works for survival games. It's impressive that this does look impressive. A little bit. I don't know. I don't know if it's impressive for RuneScape. I don't know if it's actually going to go anywhere, and it doesn't look like they're actually going to show.
They don't show much.
Yeah, they don't. Hang on. Let's see. No, let's. It's this one. Here it is, where they actually show. So here we go. Look at that dude. He's got a party hat on. Oh my God! Wait, hang on. One of the look, his party hat is all fucked up. It's one of the elders. This dude has been playing since 1997. This dude right here, this NPC, he started out flat because I don't know if you guys know this. It was 2D when it started. Okay, so they might actually have... Oh, that's interesting. They actually have physics. Building, like a survival game. It looks relatively impressive for what it could be, but I don't know. It's probably just going to be pay to win bullshit at the end of the... I mean, that's what it all turns into, is just pay to win bullshit.
I mean,
yeah.
I've never been a big RuneScape guy.
Could this vector you into RuneScape? You're done with WoW, but what about RuneScape?
No.
And that is where we will end this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. See you later.